The goal of the island of El Dorado is to discover and control the 4 shrines on the island. Every turn has 3 parts: roll, gather, and explore. Your turn starts by rolling the 2 game dice. You'll choose one of these to be your gather, how many resources you can collect this turn, and one to be your speed, how many spaces you can move this turn. Now that you've rolled, it's time to gather resources. Resources are gold, food, and wood, and are used to build structures, create villagers, and move armies. To gather, take any variety of resource cards equal to the number on your gather die. So, if your gather die says 3, take 3 cards total. If it says 6, take 6 cards total. You only have access to take a type of resource card if you're farming a tile that produces that type. You can farm a tile if your explorer is on it, or if one of your villagers is on it, adjacent to one of your farmhouses. Let's go over a few examples. Here, orange is farming wood and food, because their explorer is on a food tile, and they have a villager and farmhouse on a wood tile. So, if their gather die was a 4, they could take a total of 4 cards in any combination of wood and food that they choose. Here, white is farming wood, food, and gold, because they have a farmhouse with 1 villager each on food and wood, and their explorer is on gold. So, if their gather die was a 4, they can take a total of 4 cards in any combination of resources they choose. There are also 2 tiles in the deck called the Garden. You're in luck if you discover one of these, because they're a food, wood, and gold tile all rolled into one. So, these 2 layouts produce the exact same result for your player, but farming the garden takes 2 less villagers, freeing them up to fight with your explorer. Players can trade or give resources to each other at any time, and you can also trade in 5 of any one resource for 1 of any other type of resource. Once you're done gathering, it's time to explore. During the explore phase of your turn, you can move your explorer, buy structures and villagers, or attack an opponent in any order you choose. To move, it's time to use your speed die from the start of your turn. Whatever number is shown on your speed die is the number of spaces you can move that turn. You can choose to move on spaces that have already been discovered, or discover new spaces by flipping a tile over from the top of the El Dorado stack and moving onto it. Newly discovered tiles must be connected to 2 existing tiles. If you discover a water tile or a shrine, move back to the tile you came from. This still uses 1 speed. Tiles cannot be moved once they are placed and cannot stick out past the edge of the table. At any point while moving, you can buy things as well. To see what things cost and how strong they are, check your Explorer card. Farmhouses allow you to gather resources when paired with a villager. Villagers can be used to either farm resources or as soldiers to attack the enemy. Newly created villagers must be placed adjacent to one of your buildings. Fortresses are aggressive and occupy the 3 spaces they touch. If an enemy walks onto one of those tiles, they're attacking the fort. We'll cover combat in the next video. When you discover a shrine, you can place an offering on it to control it. Remember, the first player to control all 4 shrines wins the game immediately. Multiple players can have offerings on the same shrine, and offerings cannot be destroyed. 3 of the 4 shrines are on the surface of the island, and the 4th is in the cave. We'll get to the cave in the final How to Play video. Once you're done moving, buying, or attacking, your turn is over. Pass the game dice to the player on your left so they can start their turn.